Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace. You gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed, cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience and the pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision, I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, I ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really now I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, please be on the notice, these my motives. About my chicken and its rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the rip and we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition, they ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me. Got counterfeits trying to play me, I guess they thinking I'm Sony. These big head dummies showing up and out of their character. Homie, you need a price cause without it the squad ain't hearing you. Top of that, we ain't fearing yet. We swinging for the fences with the sting of a left hook that connects with Sonny Liston. I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. You gon' see the...
Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just...
I see you in 3D. The dawn is bright for me. No more dark for me. I know you're watching me.
What's up, YouTube? It's your guy Hector, as you know, the host of the Morning Brew, and I am here joined by my brother, my compadre, my guy Pots and Pans, Mr. Jigger Man.
It's Friday, my guy, and I've got so much shit I want to get off my chest. Yesterday's game is still pissing me off. I know you're going to lead the conversation. What up to everybody in the chat? Happy Friday. That's at least a good thing today, bro. It's Friday.
It is Friday. It is Friday, May 12th. You were tuned into NyynewsTV. We are here with an episode of Get Yanked. Before we jump into any of the nonsense we got to talk about, we got to do a little bit of the roll call. My guy Jonathan is in the building. Jonathan, how you doing? My guy Sunil's in the building. Sunil, how you doing? Mr. Plate Rap is in the building. Pinstripe Bombers cast is in the building. Senor Filo Ramos is in the building. Mi hermano Anthony Medina's in the building. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's. I see Joshua's in the building. Zach Brown has just showed up. My guy Joy Jamiriano just got into the building. Mr. Rod Thompson's in the building. Anthony Garcia, how you doing? We got Halal from Backstage Baseball. All the besties are in the building. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's, like my brother Pizza Minetti says. Smack it, the like it button for the boys as we continue the conversation. But Celso, we got to get into it. You know, you feel me? I got my water. I got the Alka-Seltzer Plus on the bottom because the Yankees are burning up my heart right now. I'm feeling it. Got the heartburn. I'm feeling like a 68-year-old Mike Francesa right now, about to go in on this team. We got the back it up Bing Podcasters in the building. Senor Acevedo's in the building. Fam, smack that like button, Zelso. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it, bro, because yesterday's game, I don't even think Pete has a voice anymore. The amount of screaming and ranting he was doing, because the way that we are feeling right now as Yankee fans, I get it. We beat up on the Oakland A's. We got to win those games when we got to win those games, especially that type of competition. But when you're supposed to start a 4-game series, when you're starting a series against the Tampa Bay Rays, you got to come out there swinging. And the way that we started the first game of this series, it was pitiful. It was a pitcher's duel for the first 6 innings. Shout out to Domingo Germán doing everything he can to keep us in there. Our offense didn't show up, but we gave up 8 runs. We lost the game 8-2. What's your thoughts before we get into anything else?
I learned yesterday for the first time watching Pete. Pete can get me to run through walls when he goes on his rants.
He definitely can.
When Pete speaks his facts, you're there, right? You're ready to just, yeah, whatever. I'm running up to anybody that's name starts with anything similar to Boone. You know, I'm like, what's your name? They're like, Boo. I just hit him, right? But it was this moment yesterday after that inning where we pulled him on, we gave up everything, that Pete got silent. For like a minute and 30 seconds, maybe. The silence was so deafening. It was the first time that I said that. I was like, oh, I feel this pain and it feels so real. Like, can we blame anybody else but Boone at this point for yesterday? Like, for real. How do we keep allowing him to make decisions that cost us a game, bro? Like, we expect it at this point, and that's what's the most frustrating. When we're going into games against the A's and we're worried about if we're going to get a win, what kind of season are we watching? We should be grateful that we're 21-18 right now. But again, to watch the disaster, you make the mistakes you make with teams that actually know what they're doing, this is the result. You make mistakes like that with the A's, you still get lucky enough to walk away with a win. Bro, I am... pissed off isn't even the word anymore. I'm just at a loss of words because I don't even know what we're watching at this point, dude. It's not fun.
No.
If I didn't have Pete Seminetti on my screen, what am I watching? Literal trash is what I'm watching. And it's pissing me the hell off, dude.
No, it definitely is. And when it comes down to this team, and I said this on the Yankees Morning Brew, when we're playing the Tampa Bay Rays, when we're playing a team that we are chasing in our division, you got to play flawless and perfect baseball. I know it's hard to ask for perfection. I get it. Nobody could be 100% perfect. It's 162 games. You can't be perfect for 162 games. But when you're chasing a team that is leading your division with an 8-game lead, mind you, at the time now it's 9 games, you have to play flawless and perfect baseball. Anthony Rizzo. Love the guy to death. I love Anthony Rizzo. I'm not blaming Anthony Rizzo for that loss. But when you have an error which extends the inning, look what happens. Tampa Bay, they take advantage of that, right? They were able to score that run that was able to get on first base because of that error. Right. Now, what happens is Domingo Germán has to come out of the game because he threw an extra 20 pitches on top of trying to get out of that inning because of that error, right? Who knows? If that error never happens and it's 0-0 and we're in the bottom of the 6th, they're not going to take Domingo Germán because he gets to 90 pitches. And what's going on with the Yankees taking Domingo Germán out like he has 110 pitches, 115 pitches? He was at like 89, 90 pitches when he was taken out. Now, this is the real question. Are the Yankees trying to be overcautious when it comes to Domingo Germán? I get it. We have injuries to our pitching staff. We'll get into the Carlos Rodon, the Luis Severino rumors going on right now, talking about the Yankees are going to trade him to St. Louis. We'll get into that. So with all these injuries that are going on right now, the Yankees are treating Domingo Germán like he's the bubble boy, like he's the boy from Bubble Boy, right? Let him get his extra pitches. What's wrong with letting Domingo Germán throw 100 pitches? Are you scared that he's going to blow his elbow out?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, bro. And especially when you're going up against a Rays team and the kid was pitching really well again.
Phenomenal.
Pitching well again. It's like, hey, you know what? You're doing a really good job. Get him out of there. It doesn't make any freaking sense, bro. And that's the thing. When you have the coach making the mistakes that he's making, all right. Yeah, we joke and we all say it, the buffoon boon. But let's be real. If you're making those mistakes and now you're competing against what your coach is doing, an error like Rizzo had makes it that bigger of an issue because you know how hard it is for this team to recover anything right now. We all can get excited about, oh my God, we had 3-4 games in a row over 7 runs. 3 of those games were against the Oakland A's. So what are we really celebrating? Like, for real. And don't give me the, oh, well, it's a Major League Baseball team. And I don't care. It's still the A's. So if we're going to put so much stock into, ooh, we did so great against the A's, we got bounced back to reality last night. Back to the hits not happening, back to the stupid coaching mistakes. And here we are waking up another day on a Friday for Get Yanked to talk about the horrible mistakes that our team's making and another loss to Tampa Bay. Bro,
I don't want to come here every Friday. And first and foremost, I love this community over here at NYY News TV. I see my guy Fritz Walter in the chat. I see my guy Eric Wallace, who is checking in from Italy. Let's give Eric Wallace some credit. He's in Italy right now.
Bonjour, Eric Wallace.
That's French. That's French, bro. That's a different European country, bro. All right. I don't know what's wrong with you. This guy embarrasses me sometimes, right? But like I'm saying, I don't want to come up here every Friday sounding like a broken record, complaining and crying over this team over and over and over and over again. So with that, we ought to take a quick pause and a quick timeout so our blood pressures can go down. Right, Pete, let's throw up the first tweet right now so we can take a pause on the conversations about this team. You fix your eyes, you lucky bastard. Fix your eyes.
You say
it is the birthday. It is the birthday of Mr. Yogi Berra. I understand he passed away, but shout out to Yogi Berra.
Shout out.
Yogi Berra, one of the greatest Yankees of all time, one of the greatest catchers of all time, one of the most winningest Yankee players of all time. I had the pleasure of meeting Yogi Berra back in 2009, right before the season started when I worked at Lombardi's Pizza. Awesome human being, had all the energy in the world. But I want to take a second so all of us Yankee fans could just give a moment for Yogi Berra and his family and what Yogi meant to the New York Yankees, right? If we guys could just throw the prayers in the chat real quick. Celso, if you want to talk about Yogi real quick and his Yogi-isms.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been his 98th, that's huge, and we all know what Yogi means to this organization, and what the history that comes with that. Shout out to Lindsay too, man. I mean, she's got the book that came out, right? That the documentary that came out. When did that launch? Was that today officially that it launched?
I believe it was today. Right? If not yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
It's one of those ones, man. We all could sit here and plug all these different, go watch this or get this book because so-and-so said so. No names to be mentioned because I'm not plugging his book. But this is one that a documentary I can get behind. So definitely going to show support there. Same page. Yeah. But yeah, definitely going to support the documentary on that. And, let's be real. It's Yogi, you're still going to say happy birthday next year, the year after. Yogi will always hold a special place in all of our hearts, especially for newer fans. Go back and read up and the history on Yogi, and you'll realize why there's so much admiration and love for the man. Legend. No question.
Like growing up where we grew up at, or especially me or whatever, I had the pleasure of having access to like Yankeeography. right? I know a lot of people, they joke about, oh, the Yankees, they always start their Yankeeographies and stuff like that. But when you're a young kid coming up and you're trying to learn about this team and learn about the history of this team, having the Yankeeographies there were amazing. And I used to love watching that growing up. And it's around the time On Demand first became a thing. So I was on the Yes app on Demand on my Cablevision remote, watching as many Yankeeographies that I can. And it was a pleasure. It was an amazing time. In 2023, you young fans out there, listen to me when I say this. In 2023, all you young fans out there, go on YouTube, watch up and learn as much as you can on Yogi Berra, the type of human being he was, the type of baseball player he was, and the type of leader he was as well, right? Yogi Berra was super impactful. Look at his upbringing when he came from St. Louis, what he had to go through in order to make it to the major leagues, being in World War II. It's amazing history from Yogi Berra, amazing life. Yogi, there's never be another Yogi, and you are one and true gem, Yogi Berra.
Yeah, I always say it, man. When you got a player that other teams still talk about and praise, that's when you know you got a legend on your hands. You know,
Facts.
and when other fan bases talk about the amazing person that Yogi was, that speaks volumes, man. So salute, flowers to the Berra family. Checking out that documentary for sure. And you said it, heck, you youngins, go read up, go watch some of the footage, learn. Because
when we say when we say you youngins, we talking about you, Halal. All right, we talking about you, Halal.
We see you in the chat, Halal.
But now
Zach Brownish, hold on. Zach Brownish with
ahead.
the super chat. Zach with the super chat. Appreciate you, Zach. Fire Boone, Fire Cashman. The boss Pete is right.
Yes.
Yes.
If Christmas would come early, if that was to happen. And that's where I'm at right now. When it comes to this team, we got to talk about the state of the Yankees right now. Where are we at? We are 5th place in our division. I get it. And I've said this a bunch of times. The AL East is probably the toughest division, not in all of baseball, but in all of professional sports. When you look at the NBA, when you look at the NFL, when you look at the NHL, the AL East is the toughest division in all of sports. And I get it. You take the Yankees, put them in the AL Central, they're in 1st place. You take the Yankees and you put them in the NL Central, they're tied with the Pittsburgh Pirates when it comes to 1st place in that division. I get it. Our division is tough, but that is still no excuse to allow what has been going on with this team right now. Kyle Steinbrenner, I'm going to need you to grow a backbone. I'm going to need you to get some cojones right there. As Razor Simone used to say, Ramon used to say with the thing in his mouth, you feel me? He needs some bad man, machismo. That's what we need from you, Hal Steinbrenner, right? We need Hal Steinbrenner to go looking. Get on your Pokemon Go app and find yourself some cojones and really call this out of what's going on. Brian Cashman came into this season and decided to start the season without a starting left fielder. The money that we spent on trading for Josh Donaldson, that $25 million, could have gone to Masataka Yoshida. We could have had him at the top of our lineup. I'm not saying that he would have made us an amazing team. We would have been in 1st place, but we definitely wouldn't be in 5th place right now. That's all I can tell you.
We definitely would have an extra contact hitter.
Fact. Somebody who doesn't strike out every other 2 at-bats.
Right. I mean, I also, you know what? Let me bring this up. Talking about yesterday's game, I see people talking in the chat. The news that Rasmussen put on the 60-day. So is that an actual injury, or like Pete and you and I were talking about before the show, or is that hey, good job beating the Yankees last night. Let's go ahead and let you rest up.
Yeah, they said they put him on vacation because the next time the Tampa Bay Rays and the Yankees face each other in another series is 60 days from now. So they're like, get your rest and make sure you come back, right?
I saw somebody in the chat. They were like, why couldn't he get injured yesterday? Yeah, I don't know if it's a real injury. I didn't read up on it yet. Again, it might be one of those well-deserved. Good job smacking our Yankees around. And, he's getting the rest so they can finagle things around.
And don't take us joking about the situation as us not caring. That's not what we meant to do. It seems like, according to my guy Pete says, it seems like he won't be needing Tommy John surgery. So wish him all the best of luck. Rasmussen, over the past 2 years, has been one of the best pitchers in the American League. I think he has like a 2.78 ERA over the past 2 to 3 seasons. So he has been one of the better pitchers in the AL. It sucks if you're the Tampa Bay Rays having to deal with this issue. But at the same time, look at all the injuries the Yankees got. You think Tampa Bay is crying for us? You think the Tampa Bay Tampa Bay fans are giving us sympathy? Absolutely not. Next man up mentality, and Tampa Bay, that's the perfect organization to have the next man up. Anything else you want to say real quick before we jump to
I saw
we gotta talk about?
Senor Acevedo in the chat. He said it was a flexor strain. And then CWE, we'll get to that comment here.
We'll get to that. Yeah, we'll get to that shortly. CWE,
I'll say what it was.
Sure you stay.
I'm losing faith in Volpe, but stay there. We got a topic about that as well, and love to get your input on that. But yeah, let's pop up the next one. Let's pop up.
Let's throw up the next one right now, because this is something that's been going on Twitter. Busta Oni just dropped it. Right, reports that the Yankees could possibly move Luis Severino at the deadline, according to baseball executives. Could this be the end of Sevian pinstripes? When it comes down to it, I said it on my last show. Everything that's going on right now with Luis Severino is the same thing that the Yankees have had. Not the same thing, but it is something that is self-inflicted, right? Luis Severino in 2018, when he got injured, he didn't let the Yankees know that he was dealing with stuff. From 2019 to 2021, he missed so many games. Right, ever since 2021, I think he's pitched maybe in 23 or 28 games since the 2021 season, or since coming back off an injury. Luis Severino, I love the kid. He came up through our systems, but we got to call it out. He had an issue with the Yankees sending him down to rehab. He wanted to pitch a certain day because he didn't want to have to stay overnight in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre. And I get it. Who wants to stay in Philadelphia, right? Not anybody wants to stay in Philadelphia overnight. But it's just mismanagement. It's just a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to Luis Severino. And if you have to flip him like the Yankees flipped players in 2016, when we sent Andrew Miller to the Guardians, when we sent Aroldis Chapman to the Chicago Cubs, when we got back prospects, is this something that we have to do? It's something that we have to do.
Yeah. So my thing on it, Heck, is we're finally getting talks about possible trades, and it's names that I don't want to hear. Like, now you're telling me that if we're going to look at moving a piece, it's going to be Severino? He's going to still need time to play, right? He's going to have to build up his stock value. He's going to have to show that he's actually healthy enough to play. Are we going to be able to see that before the trade deadline anyways? And then what are you actually going to get value-wise for him? And what are you going to get in return? Is he going to flip it just to get another arm? Is he going to flip it to actually take care of left field? Like, I don't trust... The issue isn't me being upset about them trading him. It's I don't trust this front office to make a trade that's going to be worth the damn. You're going to give away somebody who, if he builds up value again, means he's doing something right.
Big ass if.
Right, but let's say he does, and he becomes a trade piece. What are we getting in return, bro?
I don't know, man.
And are we not then taking away from a piece that we need pitching? So you're going to go and get rid of someone that might build up their value. For what? To go get us what? Another shortstop? Knowing Cashman? Another third baseman? Another Josh Donaldson? Like, it's... Don't give me a freaking conversation 2 weeks ago that there's no trade talks, there's no speculation, but then come to find out, hey, we're thinking, Sevy's an option, we'll move.
I just want to...
More questions than answers, bro.
This is the piece that I prepared on the Yanks Morning Brew when I talked about the Luis Severino situation on Tuesday, and I said it like this: the Yankees have been famous, especially in recent years, for inheriting massive headaches and taking far too long to get rid of those headaches. Some fans, some people may not agree with what I was about to say, but one of those situations, it has been Luis Severino, regardless of how his campaign happened. In 2022, regardless of how good he pitched in 2022, the reality is that Luis Severino has only appeared in 26 games since the start of the 2019 season. I'm going to say that again.
Jeez.
No matter how much we love Luis Severino, that man has only appeared in 26 games since the start of 2019. And he has made it a point to make each and every one of his steps moving forward more and more and more difficult. He called out the organization last year because he didn't like that he was placed on the 60-day injury list. Cool. He withheld injury concerns from the Yankees years past, like I said in 2018, like I said in 2019 going into 2021. He forgot the start of a playoff game back in 2018. You guys remember that? When he forgot what time the game started?
Yep.
Now, in the middle of his recovery, in the middle of his rehab, he went publicly disagreeing with the team on how they're handling him because he didn't want to stay overnight in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, bro, I'm not opposed to trading him. It's just, to me, we're putting too much weight into the trade period because to me, there's no value right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not putting something out there that's making me excited. Like, oh, we're going to get something dope back. No, you're literally trading a guy who's pitched how many times for us?
26 times since
26
2019.
times. Okay.
Since 2019.
Bro, it doesn't make sense. Zach with another super chat. Appreciate you, my guy. The team's window is closing. Cash is not that guy. We agree.
No, we agree.
Facts.
100%. If we could put a star on that chat, we just put a star on that chat.
And Zach, you're being nice saying the window is closing. I'm really on that edge of that shit's already like closed. Like, here's the window crack that's left, okay? Like, it only has enough room for my hand to get out. I can't even jump out anymore.
You know what that window is? You know what that window is? That window is like a Indiana Jones movie. You know how the temple is closing and you got the wall closing down? That's what it looks like right now. Aaron Judge is looking up at that wall, crushing his face. That's what Aaron Judge is looking right now. And I get it, right? And that's why I say this with as fair criticism as I can. The relationship or the erosion of the relationship between Luis Severino and the Yankees is not all Severino's fault. I get it. The organization has played a big role in it. But Severino can't seem to help himself when it comes to going to the news outlets, going against his employer when it comes to the Yankees. Mm-hmm. These are situations, if you have an issue with how they're handling your rehab, you don't have to go to the media. Handle that stuff backstage. When's the last time you heard a Yankees pitcher or a Yankees player having an issue with how his rehab goes and it makes front page? How is this making front page right now? This shouldn't be making front page.
No. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't see us getting anything in return. I think it's for anybody out there that is convincing themselves that Sevy is going to give us a return. Get yanked. You're crazy. You're not getting nothing right now for that kid. You're not getting nothing.
Yes. Now this is the big question. This is the big question. Who has a higher trade value? Luis Severino, and you know I'm going to say it, or Aaron Hicks?
Listen, if you put them together, we might be able to get one bucket of chicken tendies at the stadium. That's about it. Maybe if we send both of them to St. Louis, we could probably get some fried ravioli back in return. I could go for some fried ravioli. I ain't go front. That'd be good right now. Like I was about to say get yanked, but then you said fried ravioli, and I was like, yo, that's actually a really good idea. So sign me up, bro. If Sevy and Hicks gets us back fried ravioli, I'm in 100%.
Sunil says, Hector, didn't Ellsbury's IL go public like this? Yes. And what happened with Jacoby Ellsbury? Ellsbury decided to show up to Fenway Park in a Boston's Red Sox jersey to celebrate whatever he was celebrating while he was still getting paid by the Yankees. Do you see my left eye twitching right now? That's how frustrated I am. That's how frustrated I am. No. No,
I'm done. Get yanked.
We got 91 people in the building. If you guys can, smack that like button for your boys as we continue the conversation. And also, if you aren't subscribed over here to NYY News TV, what are you doing with your life? All right, we on our way to 16Ks. We got 15.8Ks right now. Pete Seminetti is leading the parade with the big old Yankee fan, even though the Yankees are struggling right now. Pete is still waving that Yankee flag because that's what we do over here. Goonies never say die. We are diehard Yankee fans for a reason. Now, senior producer, if you can bring up the next slide, because we got another tweet to talk about, right? In 2009, the Yankees had Nick Swisher as that big energy guy. And I've said this multiple times. Harrison Bader is that Nick Swisher type of player that we have been missing. Harrison Bader has been money ever since being traded over here to the Yankees. I get it. He has been injured since acquiring him. He was injured. I get it. He missed the first month of the season. I understand that. I get that. But at the same time, Harrison Bader, since joining the Yankees, he is hitting .315. He has 9 home runs and he has over 20 RBIs. And the stolen bases is there as well. Harrison Bader is money, and we need to keep this man as much as we can. That's why it's hard for me to transition into the next topic. When it comes to Harrison Bader, if the Yankees decide to sell, trade Luis Severino, should the Yankees entertain trading Harrison Bader and trying to re-sign him in the offseason? I'm going to throw it over to you, So what's your thoughts? Obviously, I have to throw it over to you because ain't nobody else for me to throw it over to. But I'm going to throw it over to you. What's your thoughts?
Oh, my turn? Yay. Bro, I mean, let's be real. Video game numbers, right? I mean, Bader is that energy. When he's out there, you see the smile that he brings on the other guys. He is that spark. He is that plug. I am not on the train of trading him or getting rid of him. We need to keep Bader here. Listen, being able to sit there and say he is our Nick Swisher of 2023, that's great. You know what I mean? Like, I love everything that Bader's doing for this team. Like you said, yeah, we knew the injuries and things we were going to deal with, but we all said we hope when Bader comes back, we thought he'd be one of those reinforcements for us. And the fact that he has gone above and beyond to be that for us.
Above and beyond.
Exactly. Is amazing. So no conversation for me should be about getting rid of Bader. It should be like, how can we find more Bader-esque people to be on this team? Not how do we get rid of or get something back for Bader? Because that is my fear, bro, is that's the type of stupid shit our organization will do. Oh, you know what? He's doing well. We can get some value for him. And then next thing you know, we're trading and we got another Rodon. We got another Montas. We got another often injured player on our team. And then we go see Bader, take that energy, that smile somewhere else. And we sit here and we just, what do? Add it as another one of those strikes on Cashman's record. Don't mess with Bader. Leave our guy here. The dude is a stud. And listen, I'm on the fan club, bro. All right? I'm on the Bader fan club, 100%.
Yeah, listen, and I'm pretty upset at myself that I didn't clarify this or I didn't bring this up when we started the show. But I see we have Jira in the chat right now. Shout out to Jira, the top moderator in all of YouTube. I bring that up to say this. Happy Mother's Day, right? Mother's Day weekend is this weekend coming up. Jira, happy Mother's Day. If there's any mothers in the chat, happy Mother's Day. If you guys have mothers that are near and dear to you, happy Mother's Day to them. Happy Mother's Days to mothers who are adoptive moms as well. Out there, happy Mother's Day. I just want to say that right now. I apologize for not starting the show with that. I feel like I'm segueing right now. But like I said, Jira, happy Mother's Day. I hope Pete Seminetti takes you somewhere real nice on Sunday. Don't beat me up, Pete, for saying that. But you know what I mean? Jira, she deserves it. She be killing it, bro.
The game on
she be killing it. Hey, listen, they can figure that out later. As long as Jira is able to go out and be celebrated on a day. Why do I feel like a chancleta
just got thrown at Pete's head while he's producing the show?
But no, that's one of the moves that if Brian Cashman was to go out there and try to trade Harrison Bader, Yankee fans will lose it. Yankee fans will come after Brian Cashman harder than I've ever seen. If we are to extend Harrison Badar, if we are to extend Harrison Badar, we got to feel confident. If you look at what Brian Reynolds got from the Pittsburgh Pirates, $12.5 million per season, sign me up. The same contract that Brian Reynolds got with Pittsburgh, give that to Harrison Bader. I'll take that right now.
All day.
I'll take that right now, all day, every day, right? The same amount of money for the same amount of years. And later on in 3 or 4 years, whatever, you can entertain trading him. But right now, do not trade my center fielder, my Gold Glove center fielder, Harrison Bader.
Yeah, no, bro. Am I going too far in saying that'll be like the knife that like puts me to death? You know what I mean? Like that'll be the cut that finally kills me this season. Do not. And seeing what contract Reynolds got with that home discount because he wanted to stay there. I really feel like Bader's one of those guys that's like, yo, I know what we can do here. If the pieces are right, that would be willing to be in that range.
Yeah.
Sign me up for that all day long. Even a little bit more. Let's be real. Even a little bit more because of the value that he holds for us.
Yeah, if you don't want to give him 12.5, give him 13, 14 a year over the next 6 years.
And I'm good with that. You know, cap it at 14, but it should. Again, my fear is our front office, bro. We as fans look at it as like, that's a guy we need. That's the energy we need. That's more of what we want in our culture. And our lovely GM, Mr. Cashman, looks at it as, ooh, that's a good trade piece for me to go get another thing that I think is going to be better. Do not do it. Do not
Yeah.
do it. Chat,
we got a
$9.99
$9.99 super chat from our guy, Mr. Rod Thompson. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you two that the Yankees will address the Yankees left field situation? My confidence is at a -35. Get yanked. Listen, when it comes to that, I'm not that confident that Brian Cashman is going to go out there and try to trade for a left fielder at the trade deadline. I think he's going to try to solve this issue internally, and I think us Yankee fans will be pleased. I really feel that Jason Dominguez will get the call up during the season to be the left fielder. Smack the likes. We are 2 away from 50. We got 95 people in the chat. Come on, smash the like it button, NYY News TV family. Because when you look at it right now, you know I brought it up the other day on Yanks Morning Brew. Jason Dominguez, he has played majority of this game since signing with the Yankees in center field. This season, he has played 26 games. 14 of those games have been in left field, and the other 12 have been in center field. So it seems like the Yankees are trying to fast-track Jason Dominguez and get him ready and get him acclimated to left field. So when he's called up to the big leagues, he's used to playing left field. We've said it a bunch of times. His defense doesn't seem like it would translate to a 20-year or 15-year major league career as a center fielder. A corner outfield spot will probably be the best option for him. And getting him ready to play left field for the Yankees, I think that's the only option you should go with. He has the speed when it comes to his legs. When his legs start slowing down on him, then you can move him to right field. But for right now, fast track him as much as you can. Him, Spencer Jones, I see CWE got him in the chat talking about Spencer Jones. I think Spencer Jones will be here faster than 2 years, because when you talk about prospects coming out of Vanderbilt, we all know that program, you're more major league ready than other college programs, right? Seeing what he's doing at high A, going to double A, like I said, I've had sources, I have friends that work with the Somerset Patriots and said that the media staff in Somerset have been told to get ready that Spencer Jones will be up in the middle of May, if not the end of May. So Somerset is getting ready for Spencer Jones to be up here. So if the Yankees are trying to fast track Jason Dominguez, I can see the Yankees promoting Jason Dominguez to AAA, moving Spencer Jones to AA, and by the time August or September comes, let's see how Jason Dominguez is doing, and he could be up here at the major league level, bro.
Yeah, to answer your question, Ra, the reason I have no confidence in that is the fact that what do we really have that's going to give us a return right now, bro?
What do you mean?
Assets-wise, to go get a left fielder. I don't think we have anything right now to really go and get us something that's worth it.
We do have assets. No, we do have assets, but do we want to trade them? Do we want to trade Dominguez? Do we want to trade Andres Chaparro? Do we want to trade Will Warren? That's what I'm saying.
Like, why, if we give up those, like outside of the ones we want to work with, right? Like Dominguez and stuff, what other assets do we really have that's going to give us a return to be like, yeah, that's our left fielder? So I can't have any confidence that we're going to figure that out outside of doing it here at home. I agree with you. We talked about on Yanks Brew, Dominguez is going to be that one that comes up earlier than we thought. We started the season saying we maybe wouldn't see him all year. And then it turned into, well, hopefully we see him by July. Now we're here saying, I hope he's here by the end of May. Like, something's got to give. But yeah, Ra, appreciate the super chat, but no confidence that a trade would go towards a left fielder at all.
No, I have no confidence when it comes to that. Pete, my boy, if you could throw up the next one that's on the list.
I saw CWE said I would trade Torres.
Listen, I think at this point, any of us would trade Torres.
What value,
right now, right?
Exactly. Next.
My guy, David Rifkin off of Twitter said Yankees had the second hardest schedule to start the season. Injuries to 60% of the starting rotation, the best 2 hitters, the starting center fielder, top relievers, and they are still 1 game out of the wild card spot. With 122 games left to go, I'm far from worried. See y'all in the Bronx tonight. Just play today and win today. When it comes to how David just lined that up, it gives you a little bit of hope. Because like he said, the Yankees, they had the second hardest schedule to start the season. That's no excuse. When you look at Tampa, they won 30 games. 14 of those games were against teams that were well below 500. The Oakland A's, the Cincinnati Reds, teams like that, right? We just had our first series against the Oakland A's, and we went 3-0 against them. right? Like I said, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, they've got 14 of their 30 wins from those lower echelon teams, the easy part of the schedule. The Yankees are going to start seeing that easy part of the schedule. Is it an excuse right now to be where we're at right now? No, it's not an excuse because every team deals with injuries. But when you put it into context, the season is not over. We have 120 plus games left to go. The easy part of our division is right here. If we're able to pull out or split this series with Tampa, we got another series coming up against the Toronto Blue Jays, and then our schedule gets easier and easier and easier down the stretch. What's your thoughts on that, Celso?
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. Positivity is contagious, right? You read it and you're like, yeah, you're right. We still got a lot of games. And we keep saying that. The season, no one here is throwing in, the towel and saying, oh, the Yankees are done. No way. We know what our Yankees can do. Okay. But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, just because of the injuries. It's not just the injuries. Again, I go back to the fact that we have a coach that makes the stupidest mistakes. We came into a season knowing we still had Aaron Hicks, Josh Donaldson. Even if we were having an amazing start to the season right now, I go back to the same question I always ask when you and I talk, Heck. Are
what
we
type
a
of
team
pizza
that can
I like?
even get past the Astros?
Oh, sorry. Wrong question.
But are we even a team that can get past the Astros? We brought back the same thing we brought last year. So at the end of the day, yeah, do I still think we are still going to end up being in the playoffs and everything? Of course I do.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see this being the chase for 28? I don't at all, my guy.
Shout out my guy CWE in the chat, my guy. He said the Rays played the Tigers, the Nationals, the A's, the Reds, the White Sox at the beginning of the season. Thank you so much for putting that in the chat because out of those teams, they were able to get 14, 15, or 16 wins, right? 14 of their 30 wins come from playing teams like that. We just faced the A's for the first time. We're going to see the White Sox soon. We're going to see the Tigers soon. We're going to see the Nationals as well. So we got to be able to beat up on the teams we got to beat up on. The Rays had probably one of the easiest schedules to start the season. And like I said, that's not an excuse. I'm not saying Tampa Bay is cheating. I'm not saying that. Something's fishy, but I'm not saying
Yeah, I mean.
But no, I have confidence that somewhere down the line, we're going to kick it into gear. We still have the wild card that we could chase to make the postseason. Am I confident in this division? No, because Tampa Bay is running away with this division. But at the same time, hey, you never know. Anything can happen during the middle of the season. A team could go on a 10-game losing streak like that.
I like Yo Elvis in the chat says, whoever thinks we win tonight with this lineup is smoking crack. Oh, God. That's a get yanked right there,
that
right?
definitely is.
Let's try to we walk away with it. You're right.
Let's try to speed up. Pete, let's go to the next one right now. Oh, wait. Hold on real quick because we're going to have to talk about what Yo Elvis is talking about. And shout out to the fan of the Yankees, the real Boy Shek over on Twitter. He says the Yankees never get a top draft pick. This is what a lot of people have been saying on Twitter. But also, the Rays have one player on their team who was drafted before 30th overall. I'm going to say that right now. The Rays, who are in first place, they only have one player that is on their roster that was picked before the 30th pick in the draft, which was Josh Lowe. He was 13 in 2016. The Rays aren't spending money like the Yankees spend money. They don't have high draft picks. That's why everyone, besides the Yankees, steals their executives. There's a reason why. As anybody knows basketball and the NBA, Greg Popovich is probably the top coach in the league, is an Hall of Famer, but he has a coaching tree where a lot of his assistant coaches, they get jobs like that in the NBA, right? Yeah. It's the same thing with the Tampa Bay Rays. They have a lot of people who are part of the front office that they're able to become executives and GMs for other teams. The Yankees are the only team in baseball that don't try to go and pick from that pool of Tampa Bay executives. We are the only team that doesn't do that. Everybody else does. If you're trying to imitate the Tampa Bay Rays, Brian Cashman, why don't you go out there and try to get somebody from the organization that knows how to do what they're doing in Tampa?
They show that money doesn't equal success, but your scouts play a major role.
Yes.
Right? I mean, bro, it's Rays produce talent. We get that.
Pete says because Mike Fishman is too smart. They swear they're too smart.
We focus on, the fingers crossed and prayers that we get these guys with injury concerns and turn into something. Enough is enough, man. You know, I'm tired of these overpaid players that then turn out to nothing. And you just said it. Great example with the Popovich thing, right? Same thing with, I hate to give credit ever to the Patriots, but it's like the Bill Belichick tree. You've got Bill Belichick that produces all these assistants and everybody, and boom, they are grabbing those guys left and right. They're turning into head coaches, offensive coordinators and everything. But the Yankees don't look at that strategy. Hey, we'll try to replicate stuff, but not make the moves to help better us. Doesn't make sense, bro. Doesn't make sense.
If I can, let me take a quick second just to do another roll call because we got a few more people in the chat. Big Blue in the Bronx is in the building. How you doing? My guy Gerald Williams is in the building. Mr. James Kilmer's in the building. Our guy Yankee Kyle's in the building. How you doing? We got a gentleman by the name of COVID 1984. Oh God, there you go. We got the Kerm in the building. Crazy Auto is in the building. Yo, Elvis, appreciate you guys. If you guys can't, smack at the likey for your boys as we continue the conversation. We got Ezekiel Brinos is in the chat. I'm going to say that again because that name is a little bit spicy. Ezekiel Brinos is in the chat. Salute to you guys. 3 capital S's to the
we got another
Frankie with a $2 super chat.
There it is. Go ahead.
Besides a left fielder, we still need pitching too. And that's why I don't understand all these rumors or whatever they're talking about when it comes to trading Luis Severino.
Exactly. That's literally what we were just talking about, Frankie, Yankee Frankie, because again, now the only report we're getting about a possible trade is we're looking at Sevy to be gone when you know that's still something we need. If he does come back and pitch his 27th game for us and does well, why would we already be on the let's let him go? We need the help we can get. But again, we don't even know if the kid's going to come back and do anything. So
no, not at all.
Yeah. I don't, again, I just don't see a world where if we were to give away pieces that we know we want to hold on to, how we are going to go get ourselves a pitcher or a left fielder. I don't see it happening. I don't.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. We got 80 people in the chat. If you guys can, please smack the like button. Pete, if you could bring up the next one right now. We got to talk about Mr. Carlos Rodon talking about starting pitchers. And this is per John Heyman. John Heyman said Rodon has told teammates that he has wanted to pitch, but the Yankees have stopped him from doing so. Calling Rodon's back issue chronic is inaccurate, according to people around the team. And like I said, bro, the issue I'm having with this whole Carlos Rodon fiasco is that they sent the man for several MRIs. They sent him for a cortisone shot, but they did not tell us what the diagnosis of those new MRI imaging was. They didn't tell us what it was. They didn't even tell us if they found anything. And I get it. HIPAA laws in place. You don't got to tell us crap, right? But still, be transparent with the fans. If the man's going to pitch, let us know. And shout out to his wife, Ashley, because of all this going on, she came out and she said all of that is bullshit. When the John Boyd talks about how he's not going to pitch for the rest of the season, she came out and she called BS on that. Shout out to Ashley, probably one of my favorite baseball wives in all of baseball right now. But Carlos Rodon, we went out there, Yankee fans, we were cheering. We were rooting for Brian Cashman to sign this man. And isn't one of those things that Brian Cashman went out there, Hal Steinbrenner spent the money, we got our guy, injuries happen. This right here doesn't fall on Brian Cashman or Hal Steinbrenner, more on the medical staff because they're not diagnosing him with anything. Go ahead, Sels.
I mean, we talk about it all the time. And like you said, I hate it because I feel like a broken record. But we can never trust any reports that come out from our medical staff in this Yankees front office. We joke about it all the time. You say 1 week injury, you know that means it's going to be 6 months. Okay? But again, another moment where we have to see reports that Rodon is telling the teammates that he was wanting to pitch, but the Yankees are holding him back. And then the chronic thing, saying that's BS, basically. Right? So, I mean, I don't get it, bro. Like, if the guy's sitting there saying he's good, and I get it, right? Athletes, of course they want to play their role. They want to be out there. But here we are again, another mixed messaging situation where we got to sit here and question, especially when we're dying for our pitchers to get healthy. I'm not going to sit here and say we're not going to see him pitch this year, but the mixed reporting has to stop. Give us more. Give us more, please.
Yeah, Ally Yankee King, I apologize for cursing. I forgot it's a PG show. At the same time, you're dropping F-bombs in the chat. Shout out to Craig Hado in the chat. Craig said, we loving your show. Watching from Auckland, New Zealand, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, New
Let's
Zealand.
go, Yankees. New Zealand's in the building.
Craig, New Zealand's one of my bucket list locations, all right? I want to follow the whole Lord of the Rings. Oh, I'm telling you. Yeah, all right. Go ahead, move on. Your face. You're not the only ones allowed to be nerdy, okay?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, just stop judging me every time I bring up the Ren Fair that I go to, all right? Stop judging me when I bring that up, okay?
I'm a Ren Festival guy every year, all right? You see the crown. You've seen the pirate outfit. I look dope with eyeliner, all right? Guy liner and me go really well together. How you doing?
Okay. All
Pete,
right, Prince, let's go.
One.
Yeah, Pete, let's bring up the next one right now. Hopefully we do see Carlos
Did you
Rodon,
say
Yankee
Prince?
fan. Yeah, Prince. You're 100% Prince for me. But shout out to the guys at the Bronx Muchachos podcast.
The Muchachos.
They got into a heated debate over Anthony Volpe, right? And I think, honestly, Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman heard this conversation because Anthony Volpe, he's not leading it off today. If you look at the Yankees lineup, you got Gleyber Torres leading it off. You got Aaron Judge, number 2, Anthony Rizzo, number 3, DJ LeMahieu, number 5, Harrison Bedard is number 6, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is the 6-hole hitter, and then Anthony Volpe has been demoted to the 7-hole spot. Jose Trevino, our amigos, in the 8th spot, and then Ozzy Cabrera is at second base. Bro, what's your thoughts on Anthony Volpe? Guys in the chat, let us know what's your take on Anthony Volpe when it comes to moving him out of the leadoff spot, bro.
I'm still okay with him leading off.
Same.
I mean, he's, I see people are still with the I give up on Volpe, or like, how can you still be saying that? Like, are we really not letting this kid come into his own and figure out who he is? I mean, I saw a grand slam the other day. Did you see that?
I saw that too.
Well, I've seen some triples. I've seen the best stolen bases I've seen in a long time in a Yankees uniform. Mm-hmm. So I love what he brings to the plate. Is he going to have his struggles? Yeah. FYI, guys, it's season 1 in the majors for our shortstop of the future. Like, he's here. Are we going to treat this to every guy that comes up? It doesn't make sense.
And I'm sorry for stepping on your toes right there. No, I just wanted to say this. My brother Pete Seminetti, he said that Aaron Boone commented, and Aaron Boone also said it's not performance-based. It's because they are getting healthy. Where are we getting healthy Aaron Boone? Which one of our hitters just came back off the IL? Who just did that? And thank you, Jared, for throwing that in the chat. If you guys can, please sub to us over there on the Morning Brew Sport. We just introduced a new show called the Jets Evening Brew, and that was fire. The first episode, we was able to have Cynthia Freeland on. Awesome episode with her and my brother Celso. Also, shout out to Italy Jet, who is just a part of the team right now. But, bro, what's going on? Who is Aaron Boone Who is healthy that Aaron Boone is talking about that just came off the IL? Who?
Bro, I see that. I just typed it in. I'm like, okay, where's the second half to that statement? Where's the second half? Like, here's people we're talking about. Who's come back?
Chris Kreisner said, Aaron Boone says sliding back Anthony Volpe in the order was something he's been considering with the Yankees getting healthier. Had nothing to do with his bat quality. Who is getting healthier that we're not putting Harrison Bader in the leadoff spot. So who is he talking about? When you look at Anthony Volpe's number, now his batting average may not be something to write home about. He has a 199 batting average, but he still has a 292 on base percentage. He is still getting on base. He is still drawing the walks. He has had a string of bad luck. He is hitting the ball hard, but he's hitting the ball hard at people. It's not like he's making weak contact like IKF that he smacks the ball and it goes flying to the second baseman.
But you said it. The power's there. We're seeing it, right? You can go back and watch several games, and it's going right to the wrong spot. Mm-hmm. But that's the whole point. How do we go into the season saying, hey, we're going to give our boys some time to learn? Why? Because our team is struggling the way it is? Because we're having the issues that we need to put it on Volpe? Well, Volpe's an issue? He's not an issue. He's a rook who's here doing some damage. Like, I'm sorry. I can't sit there. I think it's a bad move to take him out of the number 1 spot. I don't see who he's talking about that's healthy and back. I thought he should have stayed there a little bit longer. I like him at the top there. If anybody I was wanting to move to that 3 spot, I was open to, like DJ being at 3. I like DJ there to bring in the RBIs for us. But listen, we can all be the best GMs we want right here on YouTube. And we can call everything right. I can type it into AI and AI can come back and be like, you know what? You guys are smart. And we still have to rely on Cashman and Boone to make those decisions work. That's an issue. That's the issue. Someone said it in the chat. No one's holding the front office accountable.
No one's being held accountable.
On this network, we hold it accountable.
Oh, yeah, us. We hold them accountable. But in the Yankees organization, Yankees organization is not holding anybody accountable. New York media is not holding anybody accountable. Now, and this is the thing and I've said this a bunch of times, Brian Cashman is so lucky that my New York Knicks are doing what they're doing in the postseason right now. Because as soon as the postseason is over next month in the NBA, when the Knicks aren't playing in the postseason, the Rangers already got eliminated, right? All eyes will be on the New York Yankees. My guy Zach Brown is with the $2 super chat. He said Pete called for Gallen a few years back. Pete for GM, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, and you know what? There was a super chat right before that, and that goes hand in hand with it. It looks like it was Yankee Frankie.
Yes.
And he had said, what was it?
Would you package a deal for McCarthy and Gallen? If there's a way that we could get it, there's a way.
Right.
There's a way that it can happen, only if it makes sense.
But again, what are we giving up to make something like that happen?
Do you trust Brian Cashman to make a deal? I don't trust him.
No. And let's be real. I mean, am I crazy in thinking anybody that wants to have a conversation, they're throwing names like Dominguez in there, right? They're throwing those guys that we then what are we saying? Okay, just so we can maybe get a left fielder or maybe get a pitcher, we give up guys that we know are going to be the future because guys, we're getting older. The window's closing. You've said it in the chat a bunch of times, right? Like
TC still says Hicks will be leading off tomorrow.
I was through my pen at the camera.
CWE. He said, I don't like the Knicks. Oh, I can tell by your profile pic you don't like the Knicks. But guess what, CWE? We still love you over here. We are 1 like away from 60. We got 86 people in the building. Guys, come on. Smack that like button. Help us get to 60. Help us get to 100 likes in this live right now. We just got a few more minutes. And like I said, Anthony Volpe, when you look at Gleyber Torres has 19 walks on the season. Anthony Volpe has 18 walks on the season. Anthony Volpe, when he has look at his on-base percentage, is 292 with a 199 batting average. Gleyber Torres has a 265 batting average and a 332 on-base percentage. I mean, a 256 batting average with a 344 on-base percentage. It's not that much of a difference, bro. It's really not that much of a difference. Gleyber Torres, he has no legs. He has no speed. Why are we putting Gleyber Torres to lead off the game? I know I've said it a bunch of times with my bro Pete joking around. Gleyber Torres looks like a guy on Orchard Beach in the sand running in Thames. That's how fast that motherfucker walks when it comes to Gleyber Torres. Get him out of the leadoff spot, bro. If you're gonna if you don't want Anthony Volpe leading it off, put Harrison Bader to lead it off.
Right, and that's what I was about to say. And Damian said the same thing. Everybody on the same page. Exactly. Gleyber shouldn't be the leadoff. Put Bader there. Like, what are you doing?
Especially if you're going to make a move.
Exactly. It's a stupid move. It's another one of those, let's try something and see how it works. And it's
disgusting. There's a lot of moves needs to happen. My friend Andres Chaparro needs to be called up. There's several moves that the Yankees need to make, and I just don't trust Brian Cashman to be the guy to make those moves. But, Pete, if you could bring up the last one we got so we could get ready to cry for this Yankee game we got later on today. Domingo Germán, the German Sunday, has a 1.89 ERA in his last 3 starts, allowing just 4 earned runs over his last 19 innings. Germán has received 2 total run support from the Yankees in those games. The Yankees offense needs to wake up. When it comes to Domingo Germán, he pitched phenomenal yesterday. If Anthony Rizzo didn't have that error, who knows? Maybe Domingo Germán can make it out of the 6th inning. The German Sunday, let this man pitch. Like I said, are the Yankees going out of their way to try to protect Domingo Germán so he doesn't get injured? Is that what we're doing? Are they literally trying to make sure he doesn't go over 95 pitches so he doesn't blow something out? Are you doing that for Domingo Germán?
The first comment on that is one that had me dying. He would have to pitch shutouts all the time to win a game because we're not giving him any run support. You know, and it's true. Like, it sucks. You know, again, I went into this series when you and I talked about it, and Pete as well. We're looking at we did more than 7 runs. Again, it was the A's. I wasn't confident that we were finding our bat all of a sudden. We were playing the way we were supposed to against a lower team. We need, if we don't get that offense going, and what do you really think? That moving the rotation around tonight, we're going to see a whole new amazing. I hope it works out. But you're putting Glaber at the one spot tells me you literally have no clue what you're doing at this freaking point. You're literally just like, spin the wheel. Here's the lineup tonight.
We got someone in the chat. We got Mr. Blue Thunder 73 in the chat. Blue Thunder said, LOL, more Yankee fans are crying. Pete's crybaby attitude seems to be contagious. Listen, Blue Thunder, I'm not sure if you've just been listening over the past 60 seconds, because I had a conversation with somebody who did that, and it didn't end up well for them. But all I'm going to say is this right here. We are just pointing out what is going on with this team. We are criticizing and trying to hold executives accountable. I get it. Do we think that the Yankees front office is listening to us? Absolutely not. They probably have us blocked over here for the amount of times we've slid in the DM cursing them out. But what we're seeing right now, Mr. Blue Thunder 73, I know what you're seeing on the field right now is not a product that you're happy about. Losing 8-2 to start off a series against our division rivals, you as a Yankee fan, I cannot see you saying that you are satisfied on May 12th being 5th place in our division, losing an opening game series to the Tampa Bay Rays in the fashion we lost yesterday. There is no reason we should have got embarrassed by 8-2 yesterday. And I get it. Ron Marinaccio has been on fire for us, right? He has been phenomenal for us, right? Things happen. I get that. Same thing with Anthony Rizzo. I get that. Errors happen. But you cannot tell me, Mr. Blue Thunder 73, that you are satisfied with the product that you are seeing on the field right now. Go ahead.
Listen, it's so bad. I get it, Blue Thunder. You're here because you need a little bit of therapy. I get it, bro. It's okay, right? It's easier to sit there and say, oh, you guys are crying about it because you don't want to share your emotions. Let's take this time, Blue Thunder. You know what? Hold on, Blue Thunder.
Pete, I apologize. Let's talk.
What's wrong, Blue?
Mr. Blue Thunder, hold on. I just realized the issue is we are going to diagnose him with the disease that's called city field prognosis, right? When it comes down to it, Mr. Blue Thunder is a Met fan, and I got this little small violin playing for him right now because he's a Met fan.
Get that, Pat. You know what?
He's a Met fan.
Who are you to come in here and talk any shit about a team not playing well? All right? Have you watched your guys' own podcasts? All right, we got your own Mets guys reaching out to us saying, hey, you guys want to do a duo, get yanked? They want to get yanked the entire Mets organization as well. All right, how's the Cohen guy working out for you right now, huh? How's your starting pitcher working out for you?
Said, Blue Thunder, the Mets have podcasts?
2 pills and call me in the morning.
Listen, Blue Thunder.
Oh, all right.
Blue Thunder, if you're still listening, I'm going to just say this. As a Met fan, right, I know you cannot be happy with the product that you are seeing on the field right now. You spent a combined 80 million. You got a combined 80 plus million on 2 starting pitchers who are 2 days away for joining the SSI line, right? They're about to both file for Social Security soon, right? When it comes down to it, I know as a Met fan, you are not satisfied with what you're seeing right now. It's the same thing for us Yankee fans.
Attack us, huh, Blue Thunder? Is that how you find peace? You come and attack another organization? It's not nice.
Don't worry, Blue Thunder. You got Gary Sanchez getting ready in Syracuse to come save your season. Don't worry. Gary Sanchez is coming to save the Mets season. Don't worry,
real quick. For our amazing NYY News TV fam, do me a favor, every single one of you, if possible, right now, this second, I just want to see the chat blowing up with a get yanked Blue Thunder. Every single one of you, just smash it right now in the chat.
Thanks. No, the Kerm, I am not a Met fan. I'm just joking around with my guy Blue Thunder. But no, guys, the Yankees, they got a game later on today, obviously, against the Tampa Bay Rays. We got Mr. Garrett Cole on the mound, who has been phenomenal for us all season. He had that one hiccup. He had that one hiccup in Tampa, right? When it comes to it, do you think Garrett Cole, I think he's frustrated. I think he's mad about his last start against Tampa. What type of Garrett Cole you think is going to show up tonight against Tampa?
Yeah, no, I mean, this will be the bounce back. I mean, he's done so much that everybody was like, "Oh, what happened?" I mean, you're allowed to have an off game. It happens. But I think Cole bounced back. He's got that chip on his shoulder. He's not happy with the way it went, and he knows that all eyes are on him. This is like the first time where it's like you are the biggest piece we need to hold this pitching rotation until we get pieces back. So I think he bounces back tonight. The problem is, do we get the run support to even compete against the Rays tonight? If the runs aren't there, he can pitch immaculate and still end up being one of those 1 or 2 run games that we end up losing by 1 run.
And hopefully this is a game that I often shows up against Tampa, because if I'm not mistaken, the pitcher that's starting for Tampa tonight, he has an ERA that I think is in the 9. Let me just double check real quick. Yes, his name is Trevor Kelly. He has a 9.00 ERA. He has pitched in 2 innings, so he is a reliever. So hopefully the Yankees can smack him around tonight like we smack Blue Thunder around right now. And shout out to the chat. I love this chat. Everybody, it was literally it was like 30 comments or 20 comments in a row that was just get Blue Thunder.
That's right.
But no, we got to wake up tonight. The offense has to wake up. Garrett Cole has to go 6-7 innings, 1-run baseball. I would love shutout baseball from Garrett Cole, but I think our ace is going to respond, and I think our ace is going to bounce back tonight. You guys may not love the lineup that you're seeing. I don't think anybody should be proud with IKF batting in the 6th hole, right? But we got Harrison Bader back. Aaron Judge is in that lineup. DJ LeMahieu has been on fire recently. Hopefully, Gleyber Torres can kick it into 2nd gear and bust his ass down the batting box to first base. But let's see what happens tonight. I lost my 5-leg parlay yesterday, and the only team that lost was the Yankees. So thank you, Yankees, for ruining my parlay.
Well, look, we
also
said we'd be happy
game
walking
season.
Away.
Game season live is tonight at 7 p.m. Pete will be doing his watch long. Game season live, 7 p.m. Make sure you guys tune in. My fault, Sels. Go ahead, bro.
No, you're good. First of all, we need to make sure Pete's doing that. I saw people in the chat saying Pete might just call the Knicks game tonight instead of the Yankees.
We've converted Pete to a Knicks fan. Pete is a Knicks fan. He went to his closet at his father's house and he pulled out his Stephon Marbury jersey is running around with his Stephon Marbury jersey. Let's go Knicks. Go ahead, Sels.
No, you're good. There was just a couple in the chat that I was going to shout out. I saw Steve Schumann came in there. What up, Schumann? He was talking about the Rays starter will pitch maybe a couple of innings. There was somebody else, the Elvis one. Can't find Yo Elvis. Rays pitcher ERA is at 9. We getting shut down tonight, fellas. Why does it feel that way? Look, we said it before the series, right? We were hoping we can walk away 2-2 over the 4 games against them, right? So you got to lose 1. You got to lose 2 to win 2. So tonight, I'm hoping with Cole on the mound, this is the one I'm confident saying we do bounce back. We do get a win here because I'm confident with Cole on the mound. So fingers crossed. This is a Friday night game that we win, and we go into the weekend happy with the Yankees winning, with the Knicks winning, and New York happiness tomorrow morning. That's right.
Yes. And hopefully the Mets, they keep on losing so Blue Thunder could show up in the chat just to get dog walked like he got dog walked right there. So, bro, are you trying to end this? Because I just want to cry real quick because thinking about this team, it gets me frustrated, bro, because I try to be as down the middle as I can, right? You got to be able to be down the middle. And for people to come up and say that, oh, you're just crying and complaining. No, I'm not.
No crying.
I'm just a wee bit frustrated at what is going on right now with the state of the New York Yankees. And like I said, I get it. The AL East is the toughest division in all sports. In all sports. And I'm going to keep on saying that until I'm blue in the face. But the New York Yankees, they need to wake up tonight. And hopefully tonight is that night that they wake up with Garrett Cole being on the mound, bro. Any last words before we dip out?
Jonathan, salute, said Yankees need to pounce on the starter. Facts. I mean, he's got 9 ERA. Like, this is the night to do it, right? And then Lorenzo was like, is that why they made up this shitty lineup? Because they're facing this pitcher. Bro, listen, the fact that any of us even want to ask questions like, did they think a process before putting the lineup together is hilarious. We're not crying. We're just calling it for what it is. But, really need our Yankees to pull this one off tonight. I think for a major reason, too, Cole's confidence. Let him come back in, let him have that chip, let him do what he's got to do and get back to that form, right? The worst, to me, a bigger shot in the mouth for us will be Cole getting beat up again. And then now we're looking at 2 games that we're questioning what's going on with Cole. So let's get the K's from Cole tonight. Let's get this W. Let's make sure we don't interact with people like Blue Thunder anymore. And let's just end the show the way we like to. Heck,
let me do this real quick. Before I do that, I want to shout out the chat. Damian Serrano, I appreciate you. TC Stills, my guy, Pots and Pans. The Kerm is in the building. The Kerm said, so Boone is going to blame tonight's game on Blue Thunder just for throwing shade on the team, right? Jonathan is in the building. My guy, Joe Reno is in the building. Donald Stewart is in the building. Mr. JC is in the building. Yankee Kyle, we appreciate everybody for tuning in, but we got to drop this gem before we dip out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you have tuned in for another episode of Get Yanked. I'm your guy Hector, host of the Yankees Morning Brew, chilling here like always with my brother, Mr. Potton's Pants, Jigga Man Porto. And if you ain't down with us, we got 2 words for you. Yeah. You
can't manage this, can't break this, boy, I'm funded. Gotta keep my distance when you not 100. Don't the same one say they loyal, they funny. You can't match my energy, and yeah, you know it. Way too cold, yeah, man, I'm way too cold. Way too cold, yeah, man, I'm way too cold. Way too cold, yeah, man, I'm way too cold. Yes, I meant it, yeah, man, I'm way too cold. I'm